Big bass just came up and just missed my lure right in front of my face. I just missed that one a minute ago. There he goes again. Or one the same size anyway. Wipers are back. Second time I've had a giant fish miss. Try something here. Do you need a net? Yes. Can brag to everybody. Well, to the I'm gonna say that's almost 27, 26 and a half. There, that's more like it. 10 pound, those are kilos, so you're 10 pounds right on the dot.
All right.
Finally got something. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is the type of day we're having. Hey, I did not get skunked. Something tried to eat this guy. He was so small. You can see somebody tried to gobble him down right there. Got away. That is probably the one that I lost earlier. At least I avoided the skunk. Alright, so as you can see, I had just like the title says, a pretty frustrating outing. I had the intention of targeting catfish along with whatever else I could catch on the go-go minnow and the mini jig. There was also, you didn't really see him in the video, but there was a guy fishing to the right of me over kind of in my crappie hole, and he caught like 3 or 4 crappie while I was there too. So I had people on each side catching fish. Again, fishing with the nightcrawler for the catfish, which was I had the right idea, I had everything going the way that I should have, and it's just one of those things where you don't quite get that last little hookup on the bass, don't get a bite on the catfish, but the person next to you does, which was great. I'm glad I was able to go down and help him with the fish. He might have been able to get it out of the water, but he would have risked probably breaking his line. And I would have put him on the video, but I didn't ask him if he wanted to be on YouTube, so I thought I would just shoot the fish. But it was a nice catfish. Added some fun and excitement to my day that I wouldn't have had otherwise. On the way out, the guy to the right that was fishing to the right of me catching the crappies said that he had watched my videos, and that was one of the reasons he was fishing that spot for the crappies, and he was catching them. So that was really nice. I mean, you put these videos up, you don't really know, if anybody's actually watching them sometimes. So, or if they are, if they're useful to people. So I was glad to see that, somebody was getting some use out of them. But he did have a question for me about the regulations at Ada Hayden, because he was from out of town or had recently moved here. And so it's a little confusing. If you go to the cities, it's a city-run park, okay? But if you go to their webpage, it basically refers you to the Iowa DNR for the fishing regulations. Now, when the lake first opened, they had a bunch of really restrictive regulations. Maybe that was like 15 years ago or something like that, maybe 10 years ago. But they changed that, and they kind of shifted everything to the DNR. Well, so then you have to go to the DNR site, and then you have to look up like the specific regulations. And I don't remember if they have it set up by fish species or by location, but there's a special restriction on largemouth bass at Ada Hayden, and that's the only special restriction basically there is, and it's 18 inches or less. Now I release all the bass basically that I catch in the lake. I release. Just because unless I'm fishing on somebody's private pond that they want to thin out some of their bass, I mean, I just don't keep them anymore. So if I want to eat fish, I usually keep crappie or catfish. The channel cat, if you go to Ada Hayden, the best keeper fish, I mean, in terms of eater fish in the lake, in terms of like sustainability and actually taste and the availability in the lake, are the channel catfish. DNR stocks them regularly. They grow well. They eat a lot of fish and bluegill. So they don't have the same, I mean, some people really like that muddy catfish taste. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, but I mean, I like a little bit more of the, fish that are eating other fish taste. Let's put it that way. So in terms of channel catfish taste, I think they're probably the best tasting channel cat around. It's a very clear lake. There's only a couple muddy kind of spots where they're rooting around in the mud, and the rest of the time they're eating bluegill. They're eating more like a flathead catfish would eat. There's a lot of the fish. They're not going away. They keep getting stocked. There's plenty of food for them. They taste great. They fight hard. So, I mean, in terms of like looking, and we keep crappie out of the lake when we catch them too, a few of them. We just had a video doing that. But, the crappie get fished out pretty regularly, and they don't really get stocked. So on the other hand, the channel catfish, I mean, you can eat channel catfish all day long and it's not going to impact the lake. There'll just be more channel catfish that come and take their place, and there's just more habitat and more everything for the channel catfish. So if you want to go there and fish for food fish, I mean, channel cats are the way to go. But yeah, largemouth bass 18 inches is the minimum there. And here's a shot of the sign. There are a couple signs posted, but if you don't see the signs, the information really is buried. Somebody asked me about this the other day, and so I just want to get a shot of the, so bass 18 inches and under, or under 18 inches, need to go back on the DNR's website. So just as a side note, I think it's a really, this is a high pressure lake. I mean, especially now it's warming up outside. There's people there fishing all the time. So, and right now the bass fishing is really good, and it's really because there's that 18-inch restriction. And when I say really good, I mean there's just a range of bass. You can go out and you're not only going to catch big ones, you're going to catch all sizes of bass, all the way up to probably, I haven't caught a 6-pounder out of there yet, but they're in there. So now when you go, you have a chance to catch all these different ranges of sizes of bass. And then if you get a trophy, you know, you can keep it if you get something over 18 inches. So I think it's a good restriction, and it makes for, you know, great fishing, especially great bass fishing. But all the fishing it's tough, but it's rewarding. So there you go. If you fish at Ada Hayden, 18-inch restriction on the largemouth. Frustrating day for me, but still fun. You know, people are watching my videos, and I was able to help somebody out with their catfish, and you know, I knew I was using the right technique because he was using the same thing. And we'll give it another try in the next outing. And thanks for watching. Later.